world searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Hey everybody, this is Critical, and I'm bringing you some knowledge from Savage Lands. What I want to show you today is how I start a game in the alpha. I'm going to show you what I do in about the first 15 minutes of the game, where I go, the loot drops that I'm looking for, how I get myself set up in this world so I don't die in the first 15 to 20 minutes. Now I've already got a character created and I've got a game started, and here we go. Now this game gets a bum rap on Steam because a lot of people will buy it, they play it for maybe an hour and a half if we're lucky. Mother Nature instantly is trying to kill you. They don't survive, they don't have any fun because they can't figure the game out. It's an early alpha game, so they're having problems with that. They don't know what to expect when they get into the game. A lot of times people that don't have a lot of experience with early alphas think that they're buying a finished game, and this game definitely isn't finished. It's a very good game. I love it, but it's not polished. It's still alpha. Well, it's a closed beta, but right now I'm playing the alpha. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick up all this stuff, and the first thing that's most important is that, like I said before, Mother Nature's trying to kill me. That blue bar is going to keep growing, and it's consuming my health. As I get colder, the colder I get, the less health I can recover, and eventually the cold will kill me. That yellow bar is my hunger meter. The more that's up, the less stamina, the shorter distance I can actually run. And you can actually die from hunger, and you can die from cold, or things killing you. Water makes you cold faster, so stay out of the water unless you absolutely need to go into it. So the first thing that we need to do is get a fire. There's a little farmstead right over there. Don't mind the dragon, he's not going to bother you at this point. That little farmstead right there has got a pre-made fire ready to go. That ghost image is how this game does building. You put down the ghost image, and then you apply the components that finishes the item that you're trying to build. In this case, it's a fire. Now I need to have at least 6 rocks. Sometimes there's already 2 rocks in there, so I only need 4, but most times I need 6. So I'm going to run down this beach just a little bit more. There we go, there's a 6th rock. Now there is a little town / village over there. I mean, it's small, it's like 5 or 6 buildings. We'll go there in a few minutes, but not quite yet. Definitely want to get a fire started first so that if I'm out and about and I get too cold, I have a way to come back and warm up quickly. Now these books, they give you some lore and some information. I'm not going to bother you with watching me read them, and I'm not going to read them for you. You wouldn't enjoy my oratory skills. Now you can hit E several times to apply each component individually, or just hit Q to complete the item completely. Now as the fire warms me up, my blue bar goes down, and if I use some healing, either I eat some food that heals me or I use a bandage, I'll get my health back. Now I'm going to go over here, I'm going to hit I, and you can pick up the items in your vicinity. This is the vicinity inventory area. These frostberries, don't eat the frostberries. The frostberries are more important for crafting later on than for eating right now. So I'm going to drop the items I don't need. I'm going to see which leather cuirass, that's the correct way to pronounce that word, is cuirass, is best. And I'm going to keep that one on me. I'm going to drop the stone hatchet. Dual wield a stone hatchet. Get rid of the savage stick. Yes, it's savage, but I don't need it right now. Bandage. Okay. So this is a good way to start the game. I'm dual wielding stone hatchets. I can use those as weapons if necessary, or cut down a tree. I've got a stone sword, and I've got at least 1 bandage. Now you can burn or break down these buildings for components. You can also break down this wood pile or scrap pile and that one, and you'll get some wood and possibly bags of nails. You can get wood sinew, which is basically rope in this game, and occasionally a bag of nails from each of these fence post areas, these fence posts. You can also burn or break down this wagon, and the wagon will give you a tin ingot. Not every time, but most times. Lots of nails and some wood. There's also some apples. This is a good item to grab if you're looking for food to eat. Now, the cotton is very important. You get sundered cotton, and you create cloth shreds. From the cloth shreds, you can make torches and bandages. You can also make clothing, but right now, torches and bandages is where it's at. Now you're going to bring up the K, hit K to bring up the crafting menu. I'm going to craft my cloth shreds, and before I do the bandages, I'll make my torch. Now the torch in this game is life. It is an meaning that if I'm out in the world exploring and I'm getting too cold, I can burn a tree down, and that tree will warm me up as long as I'm not burning myself. And your character will yell when you're burning yourself. Hey, deer. I'll get a deer later. I'm going to go ahead and drop off the frost berries. I don't need them, and this extra piece of cotton. And I won't need the apple right now. I want my inventory open so I can pick stuff up. Now, I didn't know about burning a tree down. I learned that from watching Cage_848. And he learned it from watching Bloodstalker 101. There'll be links to their channels down in the description. Please go check them out. They know a lot more about this game than I do, and a lot of the stuff that I know I've learned from watching them. Okay, now we're gonna continue our run. On the way there, I usually run into a pig or two. Kill the pigs. They're good for meat. They'll give you animal hide, which you can use to make leather. And sometimes they'll give you sinew. If I'm lucky, I'll get boar tusk, and that's used to make boar tusk bags. In this game, bag size is very important, so it's worth it to pick up those boar tusks and make bigger bags. Now, this capsized ship, there's always a bag in here, so it's worth it coming over to pick up just coming over to pick up the bag. I've got a worn tin hatchet, which is actually better than the one that I have currently equipped. And then I've got a tin mace. I'm going to go ahead and equip the tin mace in my offhand. Now, this is a nice find. You can use that to mine ores until you can make yourself a tin hammer. If you visited my channel before, I actually have a video talking about which is better, a tin maces or tin hammers. Go check that out, because tin hammers are where it's at. But until I have the ability to make a tin hammer, the fact that I have a tin mace will make gathering the resources necessary to make those better items and equipment and weapons. It'll make it so much nicer. Now, the next item I'm going to be picking up along the beach is a compass. Now, this game doesn't have a map in it, so the compass itself isn't as useful, and depending on which hand you hold it in, north is in a different direction than what you think it is. So you have to pick which hand you want to use the compass in, and always use it in that hand. Also, the sun sets in the north in this game. If I remember correctly, it sets in the north. So you're not on Earth. It's a fantasy game. So even though we would expect the sun to set in the west, this compass is going to look janky to you because it's wait a minute, it's pointing toward where the sun's setting. That's supposed to be west. Now, up there is an area where there is a weapon. There's always some kind of weapon up there. I have found a copper sword, a tin battle axe, and I've also found a steel greatsword. So it's worth it to go up there multiple times. Every time I'm in the area, I always go up there to see what kind of weapon I'm going to get. Now, these skeletons are pretty simple. Their attacks are easy to dodge, but they drop some important equipment. They drop rocks, which you can just pick up, human bones, which are used to make needles. Same with animal bones. They drop some cloth, but hopefully, I didn't get one. They also drop their skulls. Now, 3 human skulls and 3 human skulls and a wood log makes a pike of resurrection. If you're on the second island and you die and you don't have a pike of resurrection that's been activated every time that you log into the game, you'll be resurrected at the point that you entered the world, which is basically on this island naked, and you'd have to run all the way to where your corpse is. If you have a pike of resurrection in the area where you died, you'll resurrect at the pike and not back at the starting zone. So they're very important to have. Now, this little keep area, tower area, it has a lot of resources around it. There's some tin and then a lot of coal. So it's really nice to come up here and get early coal. Oh, there we go. Human skull. Nice. This is coal. If I beat it on it with my tin mace, I'll eventually get a piece of coal out of it. But tin hammers are better. Another skelly over here. Take him out with the mace. Oh, he dropped some tin. That's nice, too. Because you need tin, wood, and coal, and you can make chests, which is also very nice. But you'll need a workbench to do that. And don't worry, workbenches are really easy. Just 2 pieces of wood make a workbench. Now I'm going to run to the top of this little area, the tower area. There's sometimes a pair of boots over here. I just want to double check again and make sure I didn't miss it. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got worn leather gauntlets. Now, the loot locations stay the same, but the actual loot that's there is what can vary. Tin battle axe. Okay, so that's the run at this point. Now I'm going to go ahead and run back to where my fire is. And I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to show you how to cook that food. I'm going to clear out my inventory, and then I'm going to make one last run, and I'll try to pick up some other equipment that it may or may not be there. Rabbits are an awesome food source in this game. They respawn, which is important because a lot of stuff in this game does not respawn. Now I'm keeping the rotted meat because there's a recipe that is very nice that uses rotted meat. I'll drop the human bones. I can always come back and pick them up. They will not despawn, but I can always get human bones. Just got to find more skeletons. Now at this point, stuff does not respawn in this game. Mobs that you kill. So I don't know if they're going to change that in the open beta when that gets released. But at this point, it's unfortunately, stuff doesn't respawn. So once you kill it, it's dead. Be aware of that. Don't waste your resources. Okay. So you come to the fire, you push K, and you go to the piece of meat, and you can cook meat. Now, there's no crafting timer. It's just instantly cooked. I'm going to go ahead and eat. Now, when I eat, not only does my yellow bar go away, or my hunger bar, and my stamina can increase, my health increases a little bit, too. So I'm going to go ahead and use a bandage just to finish getting my health all the way back up. And we'll make our final run. Now, I'm going to be headed over... You're lucky, Mr. Deer. I'm not worried about you. We're going to be heading over to that little village I pointed out earlier. There's a boss over there. It's a red skeleton. This guy's no joke. One hit, especially at this point, he'll kill you instantly. Now, sometimes you'll find him over there and his AI will be messed up and he'll just be standing there and you can beat on him. But at some point, he can break out of whatever AI problem he's having, turn on and one-shot you. I've seen it happen. It's hilarious. The YouTuber that had that happen to them will not be named to protect his status as an awesome YouTuber. Thank you. Ah, not again. Okay. Right there, sometimes you get lucky with the loot, sometimes it's not there. Now, I know I said before that the loot's almost always there, but a lot of times it can change. This particular item isn't always here. It's a crapshoot if it shows up. I'd say once every 3 games, it shows up. And it can be a hatchet or a tin hammer. I love the tin hammer. I wish it was here so I could pick it up. Unfortunately, it's not. Now, what I can do is I can go around and do what I'm doing. I've got a tin mace. I got lucky. I do have the tin mace. The last time I started this game, the last recording I was doing on this, I got a stone war mace, which was horrible for mining. So I'm really happy I got the tin mace. It's better than having nothing to mine with. But I'll come over here tomorrow, and that item probably will spawn in by that point, and hopefully I'll get lucky. Now, on the backside of this village, there's a lot of nodes. There's some tin and then there's some coal. On the far side over there's some coal, but all the way around here there's some tin. Now I'm going to show you this big bad guy. I don't want to tease that there's this boss over here and not always show him to you. So that's the big bad guy right there. Now these other skeletons are going to come and try to play with me, and they're easy to take care of. But that's the big bad of the island, and he will one-shot me. Now it looks like his AI is a little buggy, and he's not moving. Let's see if he's going to see me. Oh! He saw me. He's no joke. Now he drops a rune. He can drop a summoning shard. The runes are used to open the portal to the third island. I've never done that, so I don't know where all the runes come from. I'm still early in this game. And he can drop that weapon. Let's see if we can get closer to get an awesome look. Oh, I don't want to get too close of a look. And he's trying to help me out getting a close look at his weapon. Now, that weapon is unique. It's a purple weapon. It's the only thing that I know of in the game that can cut down trees and mine ore equally as well. Most items, well, everything else that I know of, either does one or the other. So, but it's a good weapon for the beginning of the game. But once you can make bronze or steel items, it's just not useful anymore. So that's what I do. Oh, die, Skelly. Like I said, their attacks can be janky, and their AI is pretty weak sauce. Oh, Frostfern, nice. Their AI is pretty weak sauce. But I'm hoping the devs fix that in the open beta, which is supposed to be coming soon. That's the rumor that I've heard. Hopefully it is. But that is how I start out in this game, at least in the alpha. The next video I'm going to do for you is I'll probably be better set up than I am now, and I want to show you a mining run that I do. It's basically a figure eight that has a third loop on it, and it all starts from this one location, which makes it really nice, and it's a really quick loot run. And I'm going to try to do it, at least part of it will be at night, because a lot of people don't know there's a special mob that only spawns at night. I need to check behind me. Okay, I wanted to make sure that the boss wasn't charging up behind me to kill me while I'm talking to you. That would have been hilarious. But there's a special mob. It's a red wolf. Now, it's a spirit wolf. You'll find white spirit wolves or ghost wolves on the second island, but this one's on the first island, and it's in a particular area, and there's a little story and lore behind it. You can kill it, and it also drops a summoning shard. Now, with enough of those summoning shards, you combine them together, and then it's a multiplayer item, and you can summon somebody that's in your world to you. I've never done it. I don't know how it works. Maybe at some point I'll get a chance to show you. I am Critical, and this has been Savage Land, the first 15 minutes. Thank you for being here. You have a nice day. Bye.